and it's Twin Sports TV.
Y'all know what time it is. It's Twin Talk.
It is.
We appreciate you guys tuning in and turning up with us.
Yep.
We got a hot topic.
We do. It's a great day today, and
Yes,
we have a
it
great
is.
topic for today.
It sure is.
We do, and it's talking about, can athletes learn from losing? Yes.
That's a great topic.
That's the topic of the day.
So stay tuned. We coming in with it.
And we're back.
We're getting it in. This is our Twin Talk.
It is.
Hey, we're about to get it in. We got a hot topic for you today.
We do.
Can athletes learn from losing?
Right.
Ooh, that's a tough word.
That's
losing.
Yep.
Especially when it pertains to sports, athletes. Everybody hate to lose. We all do.
They do.
But you know what?
We came across this great blog.
Yep.
From the npr.org.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people go to that website for some great information.
Exactly.
So we came across this topic, can athletes learn from losing? So we're going to get it in of what they were discussing about this topic, and then we want you guys to chime in.
Yep.
Let us know what you think. So let's go to the blog right now. Let's see. It says, Amy Rogler and her husband, Octavio Harrell.
You gonna read from up there?
Oh, yeah. My bad.
Don't struggle with it.
Right. Okay, so Amy Rogler and her husband, Octavio Herrero, live with their young kids, Jake and Alyssa, in Los Angeles.
Right.
Shout out to California. When it comes to pro baseball, they're Dodger fans. And Jake loved balls even as a baby, Octavia says. We have a picture of him as a 3-year-old with a little Dodgers jersey and a glove. I know that's cute. Octavio says. So he was definitely going to be introduced to sports early, and he took to it right away. Today, 10 years old, Jake is on his baseball league's all-star team. Meanwhile, his sister, 8-year-old Alyssa, has a passion for gymnastics.
Yes.
She too was a natural, her parents say, swinging on the monkey bars at the age of 2 and practicing splits on a balance beam today. The parents know that the physical exercise their kids are getting is good for their health, but that's not their only motivation for encouraging the children to participate in organized athletics.
Right.
When you do sports as a kid, Rogler says, you learn how to win and how to lose. You learn what it's like to put in lots of work and have things not turn out terrifically. And you learn what it feels like to put in a lot of work and then win. Exactly. Oh boy, do we love to win.
And these are lessons that you just can't teach.
Right.
Win or lose. You have to experience them.
You do.
Especially as a young age. The kids, they got to experience it. Winning, losing. So a lot of teams and a lot of players get on these powerhouse teams and they just win. And unless you really contributing to that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got to experience how to lose, because at some point you're going to lose.
Right.
You know,
and
no one's perfect.
Right. And losing is part of success. It builds upon your success. You know, like they say, failure is one of those stepping stones to success. Because a lot of times we need to fail.
Exactly.
Like losing, to learn why.
Exactly.
To be able to look at ourselves or look at the team and see and reflect on things that we might need to work on.
Right. And if y'all remember, Usain Bolt, the track star.
Oh yeah, really fast. Really
track
fast.
Star. When he lost his first meet, it was devastating. He was on a winning streak and he lost, and it just devastated. When you get on that winning streak and all you do is win, that
riding
first
high
loss, it can be crucial. But see, no one's perfect. And you can't, at some point you're going to have to lose. So it's all depending on how you take away from the loss of the match or the meet or whatever your sport is. So you just have to keep on going. and you got to kind of set your expectations accordingly because you never know.
Right.
Somebody like Usain Bolt, somebody is always gonna be faster eventually. So you got to plan ahead.
Right.
Then where do you go from there?
Right.
That's how you got to look at it. But the second thing too is don't give up.
Never give up.
That's how you learn. If you don't give up,
right,
you get back in the game and you do your thing.
Right, right.
Just like Peyton Manning, quarterback. Hey, 2 Super Bowl rings he got. But you know what? He went to the Super Bowl 4 times. And it took him over a decade just for him to get to the Super Bowl. So if he gave up, if he quit, he would have never got it. So that's what we're just trying to say.
And I bet you those times that he went to the Super Bowl and didn't win, he went back and regrouped.
Yes,
I bet he went back and studied the film, got his game up where he was weak at, looked at the team as a whole, because it's a team sport, so it's not just about you. It's got to be about the collective whole of the group. And he probably studied the group, studied his team, he studied his opponents.
Right.
And got his game up. That's why we got the slogan, get your game up. You know? Because it's not all about you sometimes. It's about the team.
Exactly. And if your career is not really taking off or your team is not doing well, you got to keep going. You can't quit because you never know. Don't let the challenges stop you from reaching your goals. Because all you have to do is keep going.
And remember, everybody's path is different.
Exactly.
Everybody doesn't have the same path in life, whether it's sports, education, school, anything. You know what I'm saying? So when you're on a team, everybody can't be on that dominant team.
Exactly.
Somebody's gonna win, somebody's gonna lose.
And you know what? You also got to stay positive.
Right. And I think sometimes when you're on those teams that are not dominating or winning a lot, you really learn a lot. You learn how to push through adversity.
Exactly.
Whereas a kid that's on a team that's always winning and winning and winning, boy, when they hit that brick wall and they actually lose, it is so devastating for them.
Right.
But somebody who's always had to push through challenges or experience those challenges, when they have those losses, those major losses, whatever, it's not devastating to them. They know how to pick themselves up or pick their team up and get right into it.
Like Serena Williams, when she lost in that U.S. Open, big match, man. She was devastated. She said, losing is worse than winning. She just can't take it when she lose. So she just but what she did was when she lost that match, she went back and she regrouped herself. And it made her push forward. She just worked hard. And that's how you see the success, down the line in their careers. You just never know when it's going to happen, when it's going to click. But even though you lose, you got to still stay positive. You got to focus on yourself and regroup and come back and hit them hard. Boom, boom, boom.
So you definitely can learn from losing. It's
a lot of athletes hate to lose.
It's that time to do some self-reflection.
And you got to believe in yourself. So just because you make a mistake or you lose, don't think of yourself as a complete failure. Right. Because everybody loses or goes through challenges. You have to still believe in yourself. You have to pick yourself back up and you got to keep going. That's why we say get your game up. Not get your game on, but get your game up, because your game should always be on. But when you, in competition, you got to go up a notch.
You do.
That's why we say get your game up.
Take it all the way up.
You got to stay positive, build your self-confidence, no matter whether you win or lose or not. You still, if you put forth your 100, can't nobody ask for more than that.
Right. And I can relate to that with my son playing football, and growing up, he wasn't on dominant teams, stacked teams or teams that was just winning and that kind of thing. He was always on those teams that were developing. So, and I think now him playing in high school has really, those years have benefited him, because through the challenges of what he's going through in high school, he can bounce back so quickly. Whereas a lot of his teammates, or some of his teammates, when things go wrong, they live in that moment of the devastation and they can't get out of it. They can't function to try to get the team to where it needs to be. And, I commend my son for that, because being on those other teams, he had so many challenges, so many adversities he had to overcome, for those wins, and a lot that he went through on those games that they lost. He learned, I think it strengthened his character. It built him up. Right. It toughened him.
We're going to take a break. We want to give a quick shout out to Bryson.
Oh, yeah.
So let's put him on the screen. Bryson from Brookwood Broncos. Yeah.
There you go. Let's see.
Number 2.
Number 2. Shout out to Bryson Sutherland.
We appreciate y'all tuning in and turning up with us.
We love filming y'all games, seeing y'all go hard out there. We appreciate you tuning in with us.
Exactly. Who else we got? We got a Brown. We got Instagram popping. We
do.
YouTube popping. Make sure y'all go subscribe to our YouTube channel at TwinSportsTV.
Shout out to
Renee. And
Renee.
Get it in with us.
Shout out to Renee Wickerson.
Oh. Hold on a quick second.
We got calls coming in during the show.
I know, that's right. Y'all ain't see that. Georgia Lions number 7 in the building.
Hey!
Get your game up.
Oh,
Great game you guys just had.
Yep.
Hey, we talking about can athletes learn from losing? Because,
chime in. Let us know.
You winning all the time. At some point, you got to lose. But it's like in life. At some point, things may be going good, but then you hit a roadblock. You got to understand, how do you get past that? What do you do? How
we
do you
need
get
to teach
over
our
that?
young athletes that. We need to instill that in them early. And
Exactly.
I think it will, not only will it help them benefit on the field or the court in their athletics, it will carry over in life as far as school.
Right.
When they hit those times where, that subject is pretty rough for them. What are they going to do? In life, growing up, relationships, friendships with other people, that kind of thing. When they get out and get a job, and they get that boss that they just can't relate to, what are they going to do?
That's right. We got to teach them early.
We got to teach them early. It's losing is okay. We don't want to lose, but if you do, the best thing you can do is reflect on it and try to learn from it.
Use that failure as fuel to keep going, to push. Hey, that's like the great Michael Jordan. He got cut from his first high school.
Can you believe that?
First high school.
Michael Jordan getting cut from a team?
Hey.
Who would do that? But it happens.
It happens, and he went on to be one of the greatest players there is. So you got to keep going.
You do.
You got to keep going. If Michael Jordan can be cut and still make it and still keep going, that should be fuel for
motivation.
You. Exactly, motivation. That's the word I was trying to get.
That is not the end of the world because you lose, and that's what you can learn from it as well.
Right.
When you do lose, it's not the end of the world. It's a way for you to come back stronger, bigger, and better.
And I love this quote from Michael Jordan. He said he's missed over 9,000 shots in his career.
That's a lot.
He lost almost 300 games.
That's a lot.
26 times he's been trusted to hit that game-winning shot and miss. Whoa. It just didn't happen. So you know what? He's failed over and over and over again. But you know what? That's why he succeeded. Mm-hmm. All of them failures motivated him to keep going and fueled him to be better, to work hard, to do extra, to put in that time. And that's why he's so successful today. Mm-hmm. It's failures that motivated him, that pushed him. He didn't win all the way through his career. It was a lot of losing there. Mm-hmm. So you can learn, and you can be great, and you can succeed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to make your other teammates better if you're in a team sport.
And I encourage all the coaches, too. Like when these teams, when you lose, that you don't have to be so degrading and downing on the players. Let them know where their flaws or what happened, to that contribute to that loss. Exactly. So they can learn from it. It's one thing to just lose a game, but to not know why you lost the game, it's even worse because you're sitting in the ignorance of not knowing. Right. And the problem we need for these young kids, we need them to know. We need them to know for themselves so that they themselves can self-reflect and self-correct.
Hey, somebody got a great comment. He said, losing was the ultimate win for me in my life, and it helps me teach my son character. That's it. Bingo. Boom, boom, boom. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
If it don't work for you, you can teach somebody else.
It's a teaching moment.
We love it.
And kids need those teaching moments,
right? And we need those role models, those leaders, those father figures, those mother figures to show these kids that they can do it.
Right.
What you might have messed up in, they don't have to go through that.
Right.
Learn from looking at you or knowing what your mistakes were. They don't have to go through the same mistake. They can learn from your mistakes.
And that's what we need to do is build character in these athletes. Because they're our future and they're our leaders. Character is more important than winning. Yep. And if you can teach a child something from losing, how to benefit their character, they're gonna win in the long run.
They will.
Versus
in
just
life.
in that moment, they're gonna win in life because that character trait has been imprinted on them, and it will stay with them, and then they will share with someone someone else.
Exactly. That's why we got the 3 G's.
Right.
Good grades, great character, and get your game up with them athletics. That's what it's all about. That's what our pillars. That's what we sit on for youth sports. Because we love these athletes, not just on the field. It's off the court, off the field, whatever they're doing in their life. We want to build better people, better human beings.
And we appreciate those coaches who get it in with their athletes. You know, that are really teaching them and educating them versus out there for just self-motivation, self-gratification, and that kind of thing, who's living through the athlete but willing to teach and lift up that athlete.
And just don't worry about the athlete on the field. We want you coaches to get into schools and make sure these kids got the grades and that they're learning. Learning the game and learning what's supposed to be in them books in school. Because that's so important. I had a conversation with a friend of mine who is a legendary coach, had a lot of great players in youth league, dominant team over years, and it was so ironic. I was like, okay, well, after high school, what happened to these guys? Because if you've dominated for so many years and you've had so many great athletes on your team, I mean, dominate, great athletes, what are they doing now is the question. And why aren't they succeeding? Then you got to look at you as a coach or the team or the environment or the organization. What are you actually doing? Are you teaching the total athlete or are you just teaching that one win for that one day? And that was so important. I'm like, okay, well, you had such great athlete. This coach, he was so talking about all
He's so passionate about
it. From back in the day, I had this guy. Well, where are they at? Coaches, we need to follow these guys. We need to coach them up because, you know, especially guys, you know, you got to coach them to be men. Some of them don't have the father figures in their homes, and they need you. And same with the
ladies. You know, they need to be coached up too.
Exactly.
What about those cute little cheerleaders?
Those cheerleaders.
We do. We love those cheer moms and all that. It takes
Team
the
moms.
time, right?
Yeah, appreciate it. Shout out to them.
They're so important. That statement of it takes a village to raise a child. It does. We believe in that. You know, everybody should do their part. And that's why we're on the field with the kids, and we're also in the schools with them with our school programs, because we believe in that total athlete.
So we just want to tell y'all, be your best self, because the best is yet to come. Woo! We appreciate y'all tuning in and turning up with us.
We do.
Twin Talk, we in the building.
See ya.